A friend of mine used Kickstarter to raise $12,000 to fund his band's album, and it was the first time I'd ever seen Kickstarter or knew what crowdfunding was, and I backed his project, and I learned how crowdfunding works. And then I started doing sort of back of the cocktail napkin math, trying to figure out, well, it seemed crazy at the time, but could we raise a couple $1 million on Kickstarter to fund our movie? And at the time, the biggest Kickstarter project ever was $900,000, so we would have been asking for more than twice their largest project ever. So it seemed a bit crazy when I thought of it, but we kept pursuing it until we got a yes.
And you have thousands and thousands of backers as a result. What do these backers get? Are we going to see sort of a world record of producer credits at the end of Veronica Mars? Like, what happens?
Giving producer credit was one of the things I originally was going to offer, but the Producers Guild of America vetoed that plan. So they get various things. You know, the most common backer level was a $35 level where people would get a digital download of the movie, a T-shirt, and a copy of the script. And then for $15 extra, they also got the physical DVD, which includes a making of Veronica Mars documentary on it. And then it went all the way up to $10,000 for one backer who got a speaking role in the movie. He got to say one line. And then people could donate at the dollar level and get all of our backer updates over the course of the movie.
We've had Breaking Bad creator Vince Gilligan on this program, and he talked about, had there not been platforms like Netflix where people could stay up to date, maybe even do some binge viewing, he doesn't think that that show would have reached its conclusion. Now, your show, Veronica Mars, on television was canceled, I believe, in 2007, but continued to have this life on other platforms like Netflix. What was the effect from that?
Well, you know, I think we have more viewers today than we did when we were on the air. In fact, I'm of the belief that had Netflix and iTunes been really going at full speed when we were on the air, that we might have had a better chance to survive. We're one of those shows that does very well in sort of the aftermarket. People are really dedicated to the show, so our DVDs get bought and rented, and the downloads happen all the time. So I think we've actually gained life over the 7 years that we've been off the air. Strangely, I think more people know about the show today than when we were actually on every week.
And there's also a digital spin-off series through the CW's online network, which is called CW Seed. What kind of opportunity does that present?
We're going to do sort of a funny, winking spin-off of Veronica Mars, or rather what it's going to be is Ryan Hansen, who plays Dick Casablancas, sort of a meat-headed character on our show. The web series is going to be about him attempting to get a Dick Casablancas spin-off of the show. So it'll be very meta. Honestly, I think tonally it'll be closer to my other show, Party Down, than it is Veronica Mars, but it'll include a lot of the Veronica Mars regulars in it.
All right. I know you see a potential James Bond playbook future for Veronica Mars and all of her adventures. How many films do you think you could potentially do, depending on the success of this one?
I think we could keep going until, Kristen Bell has said that she would go until she was Angela Lansbury age. So we may be doing these for the next 50 years, if they will let us. You know, we're hoping that this first movie does well, and then, as I've said, we could be a low-budget Bond franchise. There's no reason why there couldn't be a new Veronica Mars movie every couple of years.